I believe it's exile a non-land permanent that your opponent controls, and then they can cast it anytime they want, but it costs an additional 2. Yeah. And I was like, well, that I've always wanted to explore that card, but every time I do, like the crux of being like, okay, it puts me down a card, and then I'm trying to play a long game, and every one of these effects always incentivizes you trying to close the game as fast as you can because it's a narrow time window. And, one thing when we get to lands, when we get to like the flip lands where it's like, pay 3 life or it comes into play tapped, I want to talk about those cards in a philosophy of design space. But when it comes to this thing, which is a pocket of time, the more and more that I've thought about Static Prison, the more and more I think it on efficiency alone and the fact that it lets you maintain a relatively clean mana base incentivizes so much positivity towards like the value versus any other kind of removal spell that just doesn't exist for non-land permanent, in that Prismatic Ending sort of requires you to have a really shitty mana base because you want to be able to get up to 4 mana.
Yep.